Imagine a universe where nothing is separate. Every thought, vibration, and heartbeat is part of one continuous field of energy. To Nikola Tesla, this was not imagination. It was physics. He said, "There is no energy in matter other than that received from the environment." Tesla saw everything as connected: electricity, magnetism, vibration, all parts of one invisible ocean of motion. A century later, Joe Dispenza called that ocean the quantum field, the unified field of consciousness. Both are describing the same thing, the place where all things begin and all things return. Tesla's genius came from his ability to feel the invisible. He said that ideas came to him like flashes of light, fully formed, as if transmitted from another dimension. He believed this was not magic, it was resonance. The human mind, he said, could tune itself to the frequencies of the universe and receive pure information from the source. He spoke of the ether, a subtle medium through which energy, light, and intelligence flowed freely. Today, science calls that same concept the unified field. It is not out there. It is here, everywhere, all at once. Joe Dispenza bridges Tesla's science with the language of consciousness. He teaches that the unified field is not just energy. It is awareness itself. It is the invisible intelligence that organizes matter, the consciousness that responds to coherence. When your thoughts and emotions align, you enter resonance with this field. When you feel gratitude, love, and connection, your signal becomes clear, and the field mirrors it back as reality. Imagine it as a vast ocean of vibration. Every drop influences the rest. Tesla's experiments in resonance showed that when two frequencies match, energy transfers effortlessly. Joe's meditations show the same principle in the body. When your brain and heart match frequencies, you become an antenna for the field. Tesla built machines to move energy through space. Joe teaches humans to do it with consciousness. In the unified field, time and distance dissolve. Tesla hinted at this when he said, "The instant we begin to consider matter as energy, the boundaries of the physical disappear." Joe puts it another way, in the quantum. Everything exists in the eternal now. That means what we call the future and the past are simply different frequencies within the same field. When you shift your awareness, you shift which version of the field you experience. Tesla spent his life building technologies that could transmit energy wirelessly. He dreamed of a world connected through the ether, powered by the earth itself. Joe Dispenza speaks of a similar transmission, but inward, energy flowing wirelessly between human beings through shared coherence. He says that when a group of people enters the same elevated emotional state, measurable electromagnetic fields expand around them, overlapping and strengthening one another. Tesla wanted to illuminate the planet with free power. Joe wants to illuminate humanity with free consciousness. Here is the deeper truth both were pointing toward. The field is not something you connect to. It is what you already are. The illusion of separation is what creates suffering. The moment you recognize that your awareness and the unified field are one and the same, your entire reality changes. You stop searching for connection because you realize you were never disconnected. Stop chasing results because the energy of creation is already within you. Tesla once said, "My brain is only a receiver." He was describing the mechanics of consciousness. Every thought you have is a signal being received and transmitted into the field. Every emotion adds magnetic charge to that signal. Joe calls this your broadcast frequency. When that frequency is incoherent, like fear, stress, or anger, the signal distorts. When it is coherent, like love, joy, or gratitude, the signal harmonizes with the unified field. That is when miracles, synchronicities, and spontaneous alignments appear, not by luck, but by resonance. Science has tried for decades to find a single equation that unifies gravity, electromagnetism, and quantum mechanics, the dream of Einstein. It's the echo of Tesla. But what Tesla and Joe Dispenza suggest is that consciousness itself is that missing variable. The field is not lifeless energy. It is aware. It listens. It mirrors. The moment you think, the field moves. The moment you feel, the universe reshapes around that vibration. Joe often says, the field is not responding to what you want. It is responding to who you are being. Tesla said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, Think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. These are not separate teachings. They are the same instruction written in two languages, one of science and one of spirit. When you quiet the mind, when the chatter fades, when the body is still, you begin to sense that the air around you is alive. It hums, pulses, responds. That is the unified field making itself known. The ancients called it prana, chi, or spirit. Tesla called it the ether. Joe calls it consciousness. The names do not matter. The experience is the same. You, as awareness, are the field experiencing itself. In Tesla's laboratory, sparks flew across coils, arcs of light connecting unseen currents. In Joe's meditation halls, people close their eyes and feel those same sparks, energy rising through the body, expanding through the heart, radiating into the room. Tesla built the coil. Joe teaches you to become it. When Tesla spoke of resonance, he said that even a small vibration, if tuned perfectly, could move massive structures. Joe teaches that one coherent human being completely aligned in thought and emotion can influence hundreds of others simply by being present. That is resonance in consciousness. The field does not differentiate between metal and mind. It follows frequency. Now imagine this. If every human on earth entered that same coherence, love without condition, gratitude without reason, the unified field would shift instantly. The collective frequency of the planet would rise. War, disease, and fear are not permanent features of existence. They are dissonant frequencies maintained by mass attention. Change the signal, and the world changes with it. That is not idealism. It is physics. Tesla saw this coming, he said. When wireless is perfectly applied, the whole Earth will be converted into a huge brain. He was talking about a future where information flows instantly through invisible channels. What he did not realize was that he was also describing consciousness itself. The unified field is that wireless network, the brain of the cosmos. Every mind is a neuron, every thought, a signal, every emotion, a spark. Joe teaches that when you meditate deeply enough, you lose the sense of being a separate body. Your awareness expands into space, into the field itself. Time dissolves. The self dissolves. What remains is pure awareness, observing itself. That is the moment of union. You do not merge with the field. You remember you were the field all along. Tesla's experiments with resonance, energy, and frequency were external attempts to map this truth. Joe's work internalizes it. One built machines, the other builds awareness. Both were after the same discovery, that reality itself is alive, conscious, and connected through vibration. When you close your eyes and feel love, not for anyone or anything, but simply as a state, you become coherent with the field. The brain emits organized waves, and the heart radiates measurable magnetism. You enter the universal rhythm, Tesla, called harmony. You become both receiver and transmitter, tuning fork and song. Once you are in that state, you do not have to force outcomes. The unified field moves before you. People appear. Ideas arrive. Situations unfold. Tesla called this the creative principle of nature. Joe calls it synchronicity. The mystics called it divine flow. These are different words for the same current of consciousness. It is easy to dismiss this as metaphor until you experience it, until you meditate and feel your body disappear, until you sense the room expand into infinity, until you realize your awareness has no edges. That is when the truth of the unified field stops being philosophy and becomes direct experience. Once you have touched it, you can never go back. Because when you realize you are the field, fear dissolves. There is no outside world to fear. Every problem becomes energy waiting for direction. Every person becomes another version of the same consciousness expressing differently. Every event becomes feedback from the field inviting you to refine your signal. Tesla understood this when he said, "Peace can only come as a natural consequence of universal enlightenment." Joe teaches the same truth. Change the inner state, and the outer world rearranges. The field does not separate human from divine. It is one continuous intelligence dreaming through form. Take a breath. Feel the space around you. Feel it pulse, respond, shimmer. It is not emptiness. That is presence. That is the unified field. It is listening to your awareness right now. It is translating your thoughts into energy and your energy into experience. You are not the wave moving through the field. You are the field creating the wave. You are not seeking connection. You are connection itself. You are not a fragment of the universe, or the universe remembering itself as you. This is what Tesla felt when he stood under the stars, hands clasped behind his back, electricity still humming in his mind. This is what Joe describes when people reach the point in meditation where they begin to cry, not from sadness, but from awe. The moment they realize there was never any separation to begin with. This is the unified field, space between things that was never empty, the silence that was never silent, the light that was never gone. It is not waiting for you to find it. It is waiting for you to remember you are it. Close your eyes. Let's take a breath. The current is already moving. You are not in the field. You are the field.